Recording. Okay. Hi everybody, I'm Liz. I have started recording my readings because we are going through some major changes right now, and I'd been taking notes and writing them down, and it was kind of starting to mess me up to have to stop and write every time something good came through, so I just started recording them. So I just think it'll be interesting to go back and look after some things have sort of settled down a little bit and just look and see what was coming up. So I've been going through some kind of interesting stuff with guides right now. I had some that left, and I put something out on a Facebook group that I'm in about like, hey, is anybody else dealing with this right now? And some people come out and said, yeah, I'm so glad that you had posted that. So we've got some voices going out, some new ones coming in. So this is only the second time I've read since all this happened, so we'll see what goes down. I had an interesting moment in a meditation a couple days ago. I'll share it with anyone who might be watching this. This was visiting the upper world where spirit guides, teachers, and angels live. And so we were to visualize going to the upper world, meeting these people, asking anything that they want to share with us. So I went to a place that had looked like ruins, and I'd been there before, and I met a man who, he looked kind of like Roman, ancient maybe, sitting on a throne, and he was in this world, and the ruins certainly went with his dress and what was going on with him. He said I'd seen his face many times, and he put his hand on the side of my head and it started tingling. It was actually this side. And so I asked him to do work on my other chakras, and he went through everything, and I'm just tingling all over my entire body. It was very nice and healing. And at the end of this, he showed me these leaves, and they opened up and they revealed a deity, and she opened up a book, and the book had pages and I couldn't read them, and she said, look harder, and the words on there said, rocks have wisdom. So I don't know. I thanked her. You know, you're supposed to thank them all the time, and I was completely so overwhelmed I forgot to thank this man. And I thanked her, and then I looked over to him and he was gone. And then the wonderful facilitator of this picked a card, a shamanic oracle card of new beginnings and processing emotions. So there you go. So what we've been getting so far is, I won't go over all these other readings, but it was a lot of information on life paths and how that was going to change for some people, and for some people it wasn't. It was just like a bump in the road, and you got caught up in something that, sorry. But whatever it is you were doing before anything got interrupted, it's the purpose and the goal that you'll just go ahead and pick that right back up. But that's not for everybody. I got something super, super interesting the other night that was in contrast to everything that we've been hearing about. Here's the time to go inside. And it was like, no, don't sit around feeling sorry for yourself, basically. And divine discontent that came up. Call in the energy you need to do what it is that you've got to do, and watch what you manifest. A completion has happened. So time to step into that new energy. Focus on collaborating with people who have put in the work. You'll miss an opportunity if you just use this time to sit around and do shadow work. So I don't know, I put that out there too, wanted to see if anybody else was getting that, and apparently they were. So today is April 4th, and there is a big portal that's happening today. And so I've been reading about this portal because I want to ask, oh, I love that, the magician. What a good place to start. I've been getting him a lot. We'll shuffle and see if he comes back up. But I wanted to really see if we could get some guidance on what it is exactly we're supposed to be doing, because this portal is supposed to be a pretty big deal. And yeah, something's trying to come in right now. Okay, not yet. Give us a second, but that's good. But that's good. That's good that we're going to be hearing some things. So what exactly is it? I read a lot of different things, and it's the beginning of the Great Awakening. It's um, everyone's supposed to put out positive energy to transmute the negative and bring about this new consciousness. But the thing that struck me the most is that Jupiter and Pluto are going to be in conjunction. Now, I'm not an astrologer. I have people I work with that are fantastic, but that's happening, and those are planets of creation and destruction. And I thought that was interesting. That resonated because you've got destruction, and we've been hearing about how we can create. So I'm going to ask for messages around that, but then also we're just going to sort of see what we get. So what I'm asking today is if we can get guidance for the collective on how we can best use this energy, how we can have it to be at the highest service to ourselves and to the greater collective and the earth, and any healing that needs to happen. Just how can we make the best use of this? And what is it? What do I want to say? Oh, I've got my rocks here too, by the way, because rocks have wisdom. Sometimes these things don't always 100% make sense when they come in, but I just kind of go with it. It'll come in bits and pieces sometimes. Okay, we're going to use Rider Waite today, and I'm going to do a basic 10-card Celtic cross and see where we go. We might end up flipping a couple more if we want to. We're going to cut out where I feel like cutting the cards today. I don't always want to do that. Okay. Spread them out here. Okay. And, again, I'm working with some different guides right now, so we'll see how this goes. I shouldn't say that. It's going to go wonderfully. It's going to go wonderfully. Okay. Where do we start? Where do we start? Where do we start? Okay. Again, we're still getting motion, 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 motion. I know it doesn't 100% make sense to me either, but it's what's coming up. You've got the 8 of Wands, rapid motion. Now, again, we're asking about the portal. So this could just be for today. And this is the first thing that we've pulled. So we're going to have to see what else goes on with this. But I have just been getting, let me go back to this. The time is now. Call in the energy you need. The shift wasn't for everyone. Okay, we're going to go with that. Interesting too. So this card, this is fulfillment and joy. It's like everything that you wanted, which is just so bizarre right now because of so much that just doesn't really appear like that at all. You've got sick people, you've got job losses, you've got all this chaos, and this is not the first time that these cards have come up when asking about this lately. So it's almost like, okay, there's something that hasn't come out yet. I gotta modify on that a little bit because there's something that hasn't come out yet. Now, we're not asking for it to come out before it's ready. Let's clarify on that one, but I just want confirmation that that's what I'm looking at because I think we're all a little bit confused. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So lots of energy going back and forth, lots of things not at rest. Collaborations keeps coming up, and collaborations and starting things. So I've been seeing collaborations for a while, and I keep getting pushed to kind of do some collaborations, but I'm not entirely convinced right now that this is what I originally thought it was. I was thinking go into business with people and do these sorts of things, and okay, so this is part of the energy that's not really ready to show itself yet. Okay, so this is just sort of waiting in the wings. This is something that's over here. All right. Okay, so those of you that were called to go learn something new or take something that you're already doing and take it to that next level, that's where you need to focus right now. Learn, study, really hone that in. This is an example right here of recording this reading. It may go nowhere, but do something, learn something, fine-tune something, take something to that next level. I'm really getting that this collaboration or this helping energy is don't try to human brain this one right now. That's not. Just do what you're called to do. Just do what you're called to do. Because I had gotten in a reading a little bit earlier. Allergy, my nose is itching. A little bit earlier, a few days ago, I had gotten that there's like a real strong manifestation energy and almost like this calling to be careful. You know, those of you who manifest, make sure you're being super clean with that. So I think that might have something to do with that a little bit. And it just is like, hey, there's really good energy around, especially like people that are the greater good and those sorts of things. Oh, okay. So there are some folks running around out here, and this, I don't think you need to be a psychic to know this one. There are some folks running around out there that are, they're already planning it. I'm not speaking that one. Yeah, I'm just not going to go there. But there are some people who are maybe not pure of heart, let's put it that way. And through chaos comes opportunity. So I want to keep an eye out for any of that kind of stuff going on. I don't know that it would necessarily be in the community that would be listening to this. I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm going to parking lot that one and just say, work on the stuff that you're called to work on right now. Okay, moving on. Recent past. Okay, this was the wish card. I've really been getting a lot around manifestation and caution around that lately. And some of you don't know how strong you are. You don't. So really be very intentional with what it is that you're working on right now. Because there's some good stuff going on. Good projects, good collaborations, good efforts. Okay, so a lot of focus on the home right now, and that, again, that's also really not it's kind of not algebra to say that there's a lot of focus going on in the home right now. But it was already there. See, this energy came in probably, I started noticing it around like mid-January, beginning of February, just this whole like, do this, do that, do that, do that. Heard a lot of people say they were cleaning out their closets and rearranging furniture and reorganizing things, or started like a diet or an exercise plan, or just like they felt like super called to go do these sort of good habits and get them into place. And so it was around the first of the year. So if it was a diet or exercise or clean your house, it could very, very easily have been mistaken as like a New Year's resolution, or, you know, beginning of the year is a good time to do these sorts of things. But there was a lot of people feeling like, get your house clean, get healthy. Okay, well, because you didn't need to waste time doing all that stuff when you got confined to the house because you had your skills you were supposed to be honing. So, okay, that was what was going on with that. I mean, you know, no one wants to sit around sweeping floors when, you know, the energy's there to start a business or, you know, learn an instrument, or, you know, I don't know. For some people, it's going to be starting an endeavor. For some people, it's going to be just rediscovering a part of them that might have gotten lost in the hustle and bustle. But I mean, you don't want to, you don't want to be stuck, you know, doing 85 loads of laundry during this time if you can help it. A little time to focus in on self. Focus in on self. You say focus in on self, but then we're not supposed to sit around and do that. I just think that there's so much that's not been revealed yet. I'm being told, just be patient, just do what you're told. Then again, you know, I'm down some guides. Okay, so this has been coming up a whole lot. This card here is moving away from conflict, moving towards something more peaceful, moving towards something calmer, moving towards something better. So, you know, this would really sort of play into what I've been seeing on the internet about using today to sort of send love collectively and try to just, I don't know, there's a lot of people that don't know anything about this. And you know what, they might really start to be experiencing some things that they don't understand. I got that really, really strong in an earlier reading that, you know, you're going to have some people sitting around with their thoughts, and they're going to start to have some ideas that might be a little bit foreign to them. And we all remember what that's like. So that card could be this for those folks. And, you know, for others, those of us who do these sorts of things, or just energetically sensitive, sensed something was coming. And, you know, it was just real non-specific like that. I never heard a lot of details. It's just something's coming, something's coming, something's coming. And it can kind of bug you out just a little bit if you know that there's all this swirling around and you can't assign it to anything. And, you know, you're getting out your cards, you're doing your meditations, and you're seeing that this is going to be the case. But, you know, it doesn't have to be a positive thing for you to feel better that you're not getting that pending anymore. Okay, like it's here, we know what it is. It's just like a little bit of a collective, okay, at least now we know what it is. And so I don't know that anyone should feel bad about feeling that. It's not saying, oh, a disaster has happened and we're happy about it. No, we're not saying that at all. It's just saying that, okay, the shoe dropped. And what a sense of relief that is. Now we can start to take some of these notes that we've been mentally taking, or maybe writing them down, or, you know, whatever it is we've been doing, and figure out, okay, how can we apply this information and move into a better place? Okay, come here. All right. Okay, so this guy's come up quite a bit lately. And, you know, in the literal sense, it's loss of money, which certainly a lot of people are in that position right now. But it can also be like a loss of faith. Rest in the void. Rest in the void. I've gotten that a few times. I've gotten that a few times in the past, recent past, like past week and a half, that just the spaces in between, that it can feel like a void, that can almost be like a depression that goes with that a little bit. But, okay. It's a gift. It's a gift. All right, we get that. So there's like a little bit of a going back and forth between, okay, here's this gift, here's this time. For you, if you go back and you look at your notes, you'll know exactly what it is that you're supposed to be doing, but so many people were so ready to go. Okay, and then it's not on, it's not destroyed at all. It's not destroyed at all for some of you. It's just, wow, there's so much of just trust that it's going to be okay. And people are struggling with that. People are really struggling with that. I've been reading like almost daily now because it changes so fast. And I've noticed that some of the cards that are towards the end of the spread, they'll move in the spread, like it'll be the same cards, but they're just kind of like migrating. It's almost like, you know, you've got those days where the clouds are moving really, really, really fast. And if we have, we do sort of have those days now. So go outside, look at the clouds on those days where they're moving like really fast. You're like, whoa, I looked away for 3 minutes and I have totally different clouds. It kind of feels like that right now. Like that's how fast everything's moving, but then it seems like it's going slow. So people are mixed up right now, but I don't interpret this as the literal of loss of money, even though earth energy's all over this. I've got pentacles all over the spread. It's telling you what to do on earth right now. And so this is more like, don't lose faith. Hey, just keep on taking it one day at a time. The Empress. Okay, the Empress. Again, this is another one, no-brainer, that the Empress could be literal for some folks because everybody's been stuck inside, and we've all heard the jokes about, oh, how many babies in 9 months. I don't, sure, for some. But the Empress is the life bringer. And this is you and your present environment. And I don't like when say how others see you, because people get caught up and think it's like, you know, their coworker. No, it's you and your environment, what factors are impacting you. She brings life and fertility. There are a lot of people called to grow gardens. I'm one of them. There's little plants out there. I didn't have real good luck with it last year, so you know we're going to test this manifestation energy out with my vegetables. We'll keep you posted. A lot of that, a lot of new ideas. Okay, it's across the board. It's across the board. That's what it is. That now is a super fertile time for new. That's not to say that you have to have this thing wrapped up with a bow on it in a week. It's just about planting. Plant now. Just plant. Just plant and do everything that you would do if you would plant a plant. Okay, thank you. Everything you would do, water it, pull the little weeds out, make sure the dirt's good, plant and care for whatever it is. And if you don't know what it is, use this time, go sit outside on your front porch, meditate, take an online yoga class, like do whatever you gotta do to get clear, because, okay, for some of you, and I don't know that you would know who you are, but for some of you, it's right in front of your face. So if you're having trouble figuring out what seeds you need to plant, go to the first thing that catches your mind or your eye. Because we can get so busy in our lives that we're not like tuned in, and there can be things that are so obvious and we just don't see them. So that. Okay. I don't hate that, but I want to do this before I speak to it. Thank you. So people are feeling burdened right now. And I don't know why, I just really want to get super clear on this one before I say anything about it. Okay. All right. Okay, I think I'm clear. A lot of people are feeling very burdened. So here's this guy. You know, we thought maybe he'd show back up. There he is, the magician. He's fantastic because he's got the energy of beginning something all over him, and it's so magical. It's just like the name suggests. Notice that he's pointed up and then he's pointed down, and it kind of goes along with the universal laws. It is above, so it's below. I screwed that up, but you know what I mean. And so whatever you need is there for you right now, universally. The Emperor, this guy is more about earthly sort of make it happen. The messages that I've gotten here have been kind of stern, and stern isn't always what you want to hear when you've got so much chaos that you're dealing with. Some people are sick. Some people are terrified of getting sick, or terrified of people that they love getting sick, or dealing with people that are sick. That's the obvious right there. Others are dealing with what's going on economically, with financial loss, job loss, worried what's going to happen. So if anyone's not in a little bit of fear right now, you're doing really, really good. People are very burdened. This is burdens. Burdens, it feels heavy, it feels dense. And then you've got this guidance that's coming in that's basically saying, suck it up, right? That's what I've been getting for days now. And it's kind of like, oh, give me a little minute here. And it's not really, that's not really what's being communicated to me. So lastly, you have justice. So I did 3 cards to modify burden because I just wanted to be like super clear on what this message was and what this burden was, and this is inner emotions and how this relates and what we do with it. And it all goes back to that trust and have faith kind of thing. Justice, I got the other day when I was reading, it's a spread. I kind of made it myself, so I haven't, probably not ready to record that one just yet because it's a Liz original, and I'm still playing with it. But it had some pretty clear messages, and it says something's done. Right? Something's done. It's not like something's coming. Something has came, went, signed the guest book. It's done, and we're in this new energy now. So I think rather than like being harsh, this guidance is just that. It's guidance, and it's saying, where do you want to go from here? Pretty much. And here's what tools are available to you to do so. Okay. Okay. Knight of Wands. Knights, things coming out, things going in. Wands associated with fire, creativity. The Knight of Wands is not a hold back kind of card. I'm getting be bold, because with these messages we can get real lost in what I can physically do today, what I can physically create, and it's easy to say, well, nothing, I'm stuck in my house. That's not what it's talking about here. It's talking about boldness, not waiting to do things, not waiting to say things, clearing things up, cleaning things out. There are so many of you that already had what you needed and was just, I don't know, or I'm too busy. That one's off the table for a lot of people right now. So the Knight of Wands isn't saying, get in your car and completely defy social distancing and break the law. And it's not saying that at all. It could be as simple as, okay, somebody's got a musical instrument in a closet right now. Probably a lot of you, but I'm seeing like one specific. It's in like a black box, and it's in a closet, and it's to the back and over to the left side, and it's got like some file folders full of papers on top of it. So I don't know, maybe that message finds the person. But if not, a lot of you figuratively have that musical instrument under that hypothetical paper, and it's saying to get that out, and because the energy's all over whatever this thing is you're supposed to do. It's not always going to be a new career venture. Some people are just going to go right back to work. Some people are not even out of work. It's just about, oh wow, okay. It's about you knowing that you wanted to do that. It's about you knowing that you like that. It's about that part of yourself that liked that and rediscovering that. Because wherever we go, when we go back or to whatever it is that we're going to do, we have an opportunity to be very different in how we approach that. And for a lot of people, that could be a very good thing. And what's good for the one is good for the collective, because the energy you put out is what comes back to you. That will serve other people. Okay. Wow. So I think that message is pretty clear, and I will record again maybe in a couple days and we'll see where we're at. So happy Saturday, everybody. And if you do want to participate in one of these meditations that's going on, they're all over the internet. So just sort of Google it. And I had like 8 things pop up. So if you just want to go, all right, let's try that. Or I'm recording this today. Who knows when anyone will see it. I don't think that there's like a certain day that you have to pick to do that. I think, like a random Tuesday, and that would probably be fine. So everyone stay well, and we'll talk to you soon.